Hello, my name is Karina Castro, and the topic of my presentation is on cultural identity. And my thesis is, as Western influences substitute local traditions, globalization advances the risk of homogenizing cultures. According to Masary in her article called Globalization and Cross-Cultural Values, cultures have grown increasingly similar as a result of globalization, such as Western fashions. However, there are concerns about the dominance of Western culture and the possible loss of cultural diversity brought up by globalization. For instance, at the final stage of the 20th century, the world economy has become closer than it has ever been to economic unification. Hong Kong and Tokyo have much to offer, but due to homogenization, the countries with the most financial power in the world are disproportionately the Western nations, such as the United States, Japan, Germany, Britain, France, Canada, and Italy. An example of such dominance is that even though the internet has made it possible for us to communicate with each other and access information instantly over great distances, the US federal government still serves as the central point of the global internet system. Jin indicates in his Communication and Culture article of 2017 that smartphone-driven globalization tends to lead to inequality. Hardware production may be more widely distributed, but the dominance of Western software, such as from the United States, widens the digital divide and exacerbates the one-sided flow of money and power from developing nations to the United States. The gap between the West and developing countries then grows as a result. Masary asserted that there has been increasing globalization of educational systems with similar term units and semesters, with professional similarities and similar educational material. The educational models of Europe and the United States have been the main influences for this academic transformation, which has attracted other regions to follow similar educational systems. The spread of the European and American education creates a threat to minority languages as they are prone to becoming endangered. Even if these languages are spoken at home, if they aren't taught in schools, they're at risk of disappearing. This is even more true for unwritten languages, where speaking the dominant language becomes necessary to interact with outsiders, which then decreases the use of minority languages at home. This is the main issue about European and American systems, is that they don't necessarily teach these minority languages. And according to McVeigh in the 2023 article named Fear of Catastrophic Language Loss Due to Rising Seas, globalization and migration are major factors that have made languages vulnerable and endangered, as communities relocate to areas where their language is not spoken or appreciated. And due to globalization and a lengthy history of discrimination against minority language speakers, half of all indigenous languages in Australia, the US, South Africa, and Argentina had vanished by the 1920s. And according to Pete in 2020, global language diversity has decreased by 85% in the last 500 years, and many factors including social pressures, the dominance of a few major languages, epidemics, and colonization are connected to this decline.